नमस्कार डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन जी, डॉक्टर सुनील कुमार, डॉक्टर एसवी आर्या, डॉक्टर नीरजा वाट्रा, डॉक्टर सरिता श्याम सुंदर, डॉक्टर श्वेता बलानी, डॉक्टर अर्चना मिश्रा, the office bearers of the IFCPC, members of the ISCPC, senior doctors, health experts, students, and the other distinguished guests. First of all, on the occasion of this Doctors' Day, I convey my greetings to all of you and also would like to compliment the great service that's being offered by the medical fraternity across the globe. I am pleased to inaugurate this World Congress, which is being hosted by the Indian Society of Colposcopy and Cervical Pathology. I am sure the deliberations in this World Congress will strengthen our effort and commitment towards preventing cervical cancer. My dear sisters and brothers, last year, COVID-19 came into our lives unannounced and turned our world upside down. Till now, there have been nearly 18 crore people across the world who got infected with the coronavirus. Tragically, around 39 lakh people lost their lives to this deadly virus. Told. The pandemic has impacted each one of us in many ways, but the medical fraternity and healthcare professionals are the ones who have been affected with the most by it. Undeterred by this challenge, they have risen to the occasion and are striving hard to keep us safe from the deadly virus. Words fail when it comes to expressing our profound gratitude to them. The entire world is indebted to the medical fraternity for their selfless service during the ongoing battle against the pandemic. Dear friends, as we continue our fight against this invisible enemy, we cannot ignore the rising number of cases of non-communicable diseases. Cardiovascular diseases, cancers, chronic respiratory diseases, and diabetes are some of the major types of NCDs that have impacted the health and well-being of people across the globe. According to World Health Organization, 41 million people succumb to these non-communicable diseases every year, a staggering figure adding to nearly 71% of all deaths globally. The rise in non-communicable diseases, as we know, is due to sedentary lifestyle, unhealthy diets, lack of physical activity, tobacco use, and harmful consumption of alcohol, to name a few major triggers. Data suggests that high levels of pollution are also contributing to the rise in non-communicable diseases, and this is yet another cause for concern. The time has come to reverse this trend. There is a need for concerted action to prevent the non-communicable diseases and reduce premature deaths caused by them. The COVID-19 pandemic has further reinforced the importance of physical and mental well-being to ward off this diseases. As Swami Vivekananda rightly said, quote, "You must keep a strict eye on your health, let everything else be subordinated to that." My dear sisters and brothers, today cancer is leading cause of death worldwide. According to WHO, in 2020 alone, nearly 10 million people died of cancer worldwide. The cancer burden is growing across the world, leading to a total global economic cost of 1.16 trillion US dollars per annum. the misery, gloom, trauma cancer brings in its way compound this, adding immeasurable psychological costs. Around 70% of cancer deaths occurring in low to middle income countries, the burden of cancer related morbidity and mortality is higher for them, and has grave implications to the economy of these nations. There was a time when the word cancer meant a terminally incurable condition, a death sentence, so to say. Advance in the field of medical research have resulted in a better understanding of the disease etiology, pathology, and progression, and paved the way for efficient diagnostic tools and treatment modalities. Today, at least 1/3 of common cancers are preventable, but in a majority of cases, cancers are being detected at an advanced stage, which makes the treatment and recovery that makes it more challenging. Breast cancer and cervical cancer, the most common forms of cancer in women worldwide, are on a steady rise, accounting for more deaths in women than any other cancer in the developing world. According to WHO 2018, about 3 lakh women succumbed to cervical cancer. India accounts for nearly 1/3 of the global cervical cancer deaths. It's a cause of concern. It ranks second amongst the most common cancers in Indian women after breast cancer. Cervical cancer is both preventable and curable. Yet it is a matter of concern that it is the fourth most common form of cancer among women worldwide. Cancer of the cervix is one condition where early diagnosis through routine screening of apparently healthy women has caused a phenomenal reduction in the global burden of the disease. It has significantly improved disability adjusted life years and survival rates. If detected early and managed effectively, cervical cancer is one of the most successfully treatable forms of cancer. If you adopt a comprehensive approach to prevent, screen, and treat cervical cancer, it can be eliminated as a public health problem. As you are aware, cervical cancer can be prevented by means of vaccination. Most of the cases of cervical cancer are caused by certain types of human papilloma virus or HPV. Anti-HPV vaccine administered to young girls has been seen as a proven tool in the prevention of cervical cancer. To accelerate the elimination of cervical cancer, the WHO has set 3 crucial targets that need to be achieved by all the countries by 2030. To achieve the ambitious goal, all countries must vaccinate 90% of girls with the HPV vaccine by the age of 15, screen 70% of women using a high performance test by the age of 35, and again by the age of 45, provide treatment to 90% of women considered precancerous and manage 90% of women with invasive cancer. My dear sisters and brothers, it's an uphill task for the government alone to succeed in this battle against cancer. And the private sector must step in to achieve the ambitious goal. As part of CSR initiatives, private hospitals must organize regular visits of health care specialists to rural areas and spread awareness among the people on the preventable measures. Early symptoms of cervical cancer, the importance of early detection, and the benefits of HPV vaccine. Thus, there is a need to adopt a multi-pronged strategy by all stakeholders to arrest the growing incidence of cancer from launching an aggressive awareness campaign on the need to read a healthy lifestyle to holding regular health screening camps at community level. There has to be a public-private partnership in this regard. Let us act together to prevent cancer and save lives. My dear friends, during cancer treatments, patients and their families not only get affected physically and mentally, but monetarily too. In many cases, families and their supporting systems end up exhausting their life savings to meet the expenses. There is an urgent need to bring down the cost of cancer treatment. To support the needy, the Government of India has come up with a pioneering universal health care initiative, Ayushman Bharat. Around 10.74 crore needy and vulnerable entitled families stand to gain from the scheme, which provides a cover of rupees 5 lakhs per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization across public and private empaneled hospitals in India. I'm happy to note that the international bodies like the International Federation of Cervical Pathology and Colposcopy strive to work towards the objective of reducing the burden of disease due to cervical cancer globally through scholastic activities, including World Congress held internationally. I would once again like to congratulate ISCPCP for holding the World Congress and for bringing together stakeholders committed to the noble cause of preventing cervical cancer by disseminating and sharing the knowledge on this very important subject. This is in tune with the World Health Organization's aim to reduce the incidence and mortality due to cervical cancers by 2030. My best wishes are with the organizing team of the IFCEPC 2021. At the end, I would like to repeat the age-old dictum that prevention is better than cure. And I would like to convey my best wishes to the organizing team, to all of you who are striving to save the lives millions at a time. All the best. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for sparing your most valuable time to address this gathering.